Dave back with you talking holiday cocktails here on Hot Mixology. I got David Mays with me, the whiskey professor for Jim Beam and their bourbons.
Yes.
What makes you the whiskey professor?
Years of study. I've spent a lot of time on that side of the bar. You know, it's all a matter of semantics, but yeah, lots and lots and lots of study.
Right, great. What are we going to make today? You said you had a great holiday cocktail.
Holiday cocktails. You know, I don't know about you, but at my house, one of the hardest parts of celebrating is just hosting the party. Just, you know, putting everything all together.
My guests are most of the problem in my party.
Well, and I've been to your party, so I know about that. So I'm gonna give everybody a cocktail that's really, really easy for them to make, that people can start out with. Even if they don't like bourbon, they'll love this. We call it a Basil Bubbly. We start with Basil Hayden.
Who doesn't like bourbon? But
I think they're crazy if they don't. It's an 8-year-old, 80 proof. We just put a little bit, maybe an ounce in the bottom of a champagne flute. Really, really easy, just like that.
Now, Basil Hayden is one of the small batch bourbons that Jim Beam has. Like you said, 8 years, 80 proof. So it's a spicier bourbon.
A little bit. It's got twice as much rye in it as the others in the collection. So it's a little bit of spice, kind of like white pepper spice, but really, really nice and light. Mixes really well. We top this with some sparkling apple cider.
Now, does the sparkling apple cider have booze in it or not?
Nope, non-alcoholic. So this is actually really great. You know, you have mimosas and things that in the summertime when you're doing brunches.
A lot.
This is a really for breakfast every day, really.
Breakfast,
this is actually a great alternative to that. So you can start this. Start the day with a Basil Bubbly. So I take an apple slice, clean them up nice, dredge them a little bit in a little bit of cinnamon. Put that on there, just like that.
Nice.
We'll put one more in there.
It's a good looking drink too for the holidays. Easy to make.
Really, really easy. It's got some red in there. You got some cinnamon. You got some Basil Bubbly. Really, really nice and clean. Wow. And there you go. How easy is that?
Salute. Try it with me. Salute the Basil Bubbly.
Cheers. Nice.
Bump my nose on that. Wow, that is nice. It mixes well with it.
I told you.
And the apple, can you just dunk the apple like that?
Absolutely.
Nice. Give it a little
cinnamon adds a little bit more to the flavor.
I like that. I'm going to put yours there. What are we mixing up next? You said
you enjoy that. I got one more for you. In the summertime, in the wintertime, you know, it's cold, it's snowing.
It is snowing.
Actually, it is snowing right now. So you want cocktails that are going to warm people up, that are easy to make. Because I'm all down for all the big, huge, complicated cocktails of the mixologists. I have a lot of respect for them. But I think for people in their homes, it's a little bit more difficult for them to actually make that kind of full-blown cocktail.
Especially if you're snowed in and you don't have all the ingredients it takes to make an extravagant cocktail. Here's some pretty simple cocktails we can make.
Yeah.
So what is this one?
So we'll do a warm one. We call it a ginger hottie.
Ginger Hottie, like the TV show, Ginger.
Just like, no, that's Mary Ann and Ginger, and this is a little bit different.
But she was still hot.
She was still pretty hot, you're right. So we're starting with ginger. Now this is ginger root. We talked about this earlier. Obviously grows underground, thus it's a root. So I take a little bit of that, a little bit of fresh ginger, mince it up, put it right in the bottom. You don't need a lot. Put it in a handle glass because we're going to add hot water to it. So you don't need a lot because it's got a very, very strong flavor. I'm going to put a half of a slice of lemon. I'm going to put a dash of Canton Liqueur in here. Now this is
Canton's ginger liqueur.
It's a ginger liqueur. It's obviously a beautiful bottle. You'll see it behind back bars around the country. Phenomenal. Great for making cocktails. We've got those. We need one more. We need just a dash of honey. You can add honey to flavor. Just a little bit of sweet. I'm pretty sweet already, so I don't like to add too much. Would you hand me the Knob Creek, please?
You bet. Knob Creek we're using instead of the Basil?
Yep. We're going up a step in proof. We're actually at 100 proof here versus 80 on the Basil Hayden.
Nice.
And 9 years old versus 8 years old in the Basil Hayden.
As you should with your hot toddy, make it a little stronger.
Absolutely. So we'll add a little bit of that to taste. For me, I like to add a little bit more. We'll muddle that together briefly with our Mr. Mojito muddler. Thank you, Dave Nepov, San Francisco, out of the Bay Area. Muddle it just a little bit. Then we add some hot water to it. Bring that up, just like that.
Nice.
And then we're going to add a cinnamon stick to it.
It's probably healthy for you too, with the ginger in it.
With the ginger and the hot water, the lemon, the honey.
We'll
good
try
for your throat, good for what ails you.
The ginger hottie. Salute.
Mary Ann thanks her all the time.
Well, that ginger, you pull that flavor. That ginger overwhelms the bourbon. It's great.
They're cocktails for people who don't normally drink bourbon, but even for people who love bourbon. It
doesn't even taste like a bourbon cocktail, but I love the taste of the ginger in it. Salute, guys. David Mays, whiskey professor. Thanks for coming down. Salute, guys. Hot Mixology.